All right, this is my final for the class. This is titled Liquid Plastic Solving the Great Plastic Barrier by yours truly. So, what is the big deal then? What was once considered a miracle product, so they thought at the time, upon its introduction to the world, plastics have become an environmental catastrophe. We quickly learned that plastics do not wear down for 20 to 500 years, according to ChariotEnergy.com. This trash frequently finds its way into the oceans of our planet and makes up 99.9% of the trash in the man made horror dystopian entity known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, the GPGP, as the cool kids say, which is just only an oceanic pollution chimera of 1.8 trillion pieces of trash. Both of those stats coming from Khan. Now, this image you see here on the bottom is one of the images I found of the GPGP. It is it is not good to look at, needless to say, but it actually only gets worse the more images you see of the GPGP. It kind of is an unnerving, scary reality. There's a quote here of Diana Parker. So there's so much that we can do to keep debris from entering the ocean. It's as simple as changing your individual behavior every day, creating less waste, reusing what you can, remembering to recycle. Littering is obviously a no-no, and then going out and joining a beach cleanup. That's all from oceanservice.gov. There's two fun facts here as well. Despite how unnerving and frightening it can be to view these images, you actually can't even see most of the damage in that picture. A large portion of the grand sum of the plastics in the GPGP are actually microplastics, which are much harder to see and also are much harder to clean up and pick up. And then plastic is also not biodegradable, thus taking it much longer to decompose. It takes forever, like the 20 to 500 years that were on the previous slide. But even when it does degrade over many, many, many years, it can actually leak toxins into the soil around it, leading to a whole host of other issues researchers have to tackle. It's from ChariotEnergy.com. So even if we were in the business of, just waiting all those years, even that has its own cost and something we have to consider. So what could be done? As you can see, there's another image there. It's a little blurry, but you can still make out how big it looks there, how wide and far stretching it looks. It's not good. Derek Dodds, founder of the inertia.com, offers four key aspects: reducing plastic use, whether it be getting rid of water bottles, plastic bags, using paper straws, no plastic packaging, just trying to avoid plastic. Eat less. This one I found interesting. Eat less ocean harvested fish. I didn't know about this. Um, a lot discarding fishing nets make up a lot of the TGPGP. I know it's going to be hard, but this would actually be the most impactful one. And that's something that caught me by surprise a bit. Participate in beach cleanups. Join a Surfrider sponsored beach cleanup. Picking up trash. It's, it's the best way to avoid trash from getting to the oceans and causing this buildup. Supporting the Al Jalida Marine Research Foundation, and that's for the foundation that is targeting to lessen and just eventually destroy the great trash. Progress is racing to help, though. First appearing in India 2 decades ago, plastic roads are being tested and built in more and more countries as the world's plastic pollution problem becomes more acutely felt. India has installed over 60,000 miles of these roads, according to Parsons 2021. A truly unique and innovative way of combating plastic waste is by repurposing it in effective, sustainable manners. Repurposing plastic waste to build and or improve these roads is an awesome way we can do this. This is an innovation that has caught some traction and has begun in some places, such as in India, the UK, and in the United States. And then you have a little picture there of one that was made. Plastic roads have tested to be potentially more effective than our current roads even. It is still developing and the actual fine-tuning of its technology is still in its infancy, but it is also running even now. Of the waste plastics that are a problem from municipalities, we could use about 40% of it. If we get every road containing waste plastic, said McCartney, also from Parson 2021. The development of plastic roads could be a significant turning point in removing plastics from the oceans and landfills. So there are some concerns and questions, though, despite all that positivity. One on the left, heating. Uh, there's a potential danger of heating plastics into the road material. Got to melt it down to make the roads. This concern is downplayed, though, since that the actual degrees that it's needed to make the roads with the plastic is not enough for it to emit carbon emissions. And then even if it did, it would still be way less than the traditional road materials like petroleum. And then microplastics in the middle. Another question proposes if the travel on the road will shoot out microplastics. Not only is it dismissed pretty blankly, it actually says that the largest source of microplastics on the planet is abrasion of tires. Um, so it's actually quite the opposite. Unproven. There was a general back and forth in the Parson article between so many benefits being possible by these plastic roads, but there is some degree of speculation. Well, in the long run, at least, this is sort of true. There have been several locations, Ghana and India, to successfully incorporate thousands of plastic roads many years ago. And that's before we even fully figured it out. So the unproven nature, um, it, it, it's pretty easily combated there. All three of these are um, concerns, but they're all pretty much shot down in the article by Parson. And these are some examples of roads that are being made. There are a lot more than I actually thought there were, since I had never heard of this, which is good to see, though. There's a plastic road in Canada on the left, plastic road in Maryland, USA, in the middle left, plastic road in Bangalore in the middle right, and a plastic road in San Diego on the right. There you go. And those are my references. Thank you for hearing me out. And this was a nice discovery that I found. This sounds like it has a lot of potential. Thank you.